Hello people, here we are again. Wild camping, cooking. Tonight we're on the back end of a storm. I tried to get out at the beginning of it, but unfortunately these things fall through. But we managed to catch the end of it, which brings its own hazards. But let's get to camp. Well, I must say I'm a little underwhelmed. It's like there's no storm at all in here. Not any movement whatsoever. Anyway, let's get things organised. I haven't decided whether I put the tent in the title yet, but if I have, you already know what it is. If not, you're in for a treat. Being as there was a storm, I packed my most storm-proof tent, which now looks like overkill. But that's the way it is. You probably already know what I'm going to eat for dinner as well. These titles do take the suspense out of anything. So anyway, let's get this tent set up. We don't have a lot of time. And boom! There she is. What is widely considered to be the strongest tent on the market. The Hilleberg Sulu Black Label. I mean, I haven't even pegged it all out properly. There's no need. It's like Olympia. This thing is the tent of tents. It's a four-seasoned tent. It's designed to take up the top of mountains and let the blizzards and the snowstorms and the hail, you know, it'll throw virtually, it will stand up to anything. Of course, everything has its limits, but this is about as close as you can get. Just look at this beauty. 10mm poles, back poles. Look at the thickness of the guy ropes. This is supposed to be the foot end, so as you can see, it's almost wedge shape, and that little bit. And if we compare that to what we'd call the head end, the thickness there is quite different. Oh, I cannot sing the praises enough on this thing. I showed you my favourite tent last week, I think it was, or when I brought my Fjallraven. But this has the ability to take over as my new favourite tent. I've hardly used it yet, so we haven't had time to become that acquainted, but hopefully this winter it'll be out all the time with me. All the trips to the mountains I've got planned, she'll be coming with me. Anyway, let's crack on. Well, obviously the fire's going, though I shan't be taking any credit for it. I used an accelerant just to get it going because I was in a hurry, and we're already cooking. We've got some water on to do some rice. We're going to have a good meal tonight. I'm doing it quick because I want to get it done before it gets dark. We don't have a lot of daylight left, and as you know, it gets darker in here under the canopy before it does outside. And this is the baby we're going to have next. It's the hand trimmed by the butcher, expertly dry aged for 14 days and matured for a further 16 days. Oh, a 30-day sirloin steak. Yes, she is. I can smell it already. But getting those, getting that steak out of the packet was the hardest thing I've done this evening. Speak to you in a minute. So the steak is nearly done. I'm going to have it sort of medium rare, medium-ish. Now, people often wonder how they can tell when the steak is nearly done or to their liking. Now, here's my hand. This fleshy part here got me a thumb. If you touch that, that's rare. Put your fingers together. They're not pressing them together, they're just touching. That gets a little bit tighter, that's rare to medium rare. That's getting a bit tighter still. That's medium rare to medium. That's getting up to well done, and that's really well done. And you simply poke your steak. There we go. That's, yeah, that's about medium. So all I've got to do now is plate it up, and I'll speak to you in a moment when we have a steak. Yes. So there we have steak, rice and peas, onions and tomatoes. I'm gonna so enjoy this. As normal, I'm not going to inflict my eating on you. God, that sounds wrong. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. That was so good. So good. That's all I've left, which is actually just a big piece of gristly. You know, I'm a jack sprout, I don't eat the fat. So now I've got to do the dishes. I was going to bring some dessert, but I'm so glad I didn't, because I'm quite full, and it would have been something that I would have been carrying home. Now I've got some breakfast for the morning. I shall speak to you when I get in the tent. I'm going to clean up and wait for the fire to die out as much as possible, and then we're going to get in the tent. So I'll speak to you very soon. Well, it's that time of night. I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep. I'll speak to you all in the morning. Well, it'll be the morning for you. For me, it'll be a split second for you. Okay. Speak to you soon. Good morning. It's sort of nearly 8:15. Not long I woke up actually. Now I did get up during the night and have a little midnight snack, shall we say. But it looks like it's a nice day out there. Told you it would only be a few seconds from last night for you. Been a whole night for me. Okay, speak to you soon. Okay. So, let's see what the day has to offer. Oh well, I can see the sunlight streaming through, that's good. That's very good. The calm after the storm. So there's the tent in the daylight. It's a bit of a bomb site on the inside, but it didn't have any condensation in it this morning. It's not the right temperatures for it, but because it's a 4-season tent, it goes all the way to the ground. If you can see, there's no gap underneath that thing. So it holds all your breath in. So it's kind of like breathing into a plastic bag. Eventually you're going to get moistness. Well, I believe that's a word that a lot of people hate. Moistness. Moist. Yeah, so it has vents. It has a vent, quite a decent sized one, underneath the top hat or the hood, or whatever you want to call it. So anyway, new bit of kit is this. Look at that. Now, I've seen quite a lot of people at the moment advertising electronic espresso makers and coffee makers costing hundreds of pounds. I can't justify that. Those of you who watch the channel regularly will know I usually have just a little plastic piece that filters my coffee. For this, it's going to use the compression of pushing water through the coffee grounds. It's simple enough. So you put the coffee in there, put the water in there, and you filter it through. I've tried it at home. I'll show you. Let's test it out. One, two. It's because it's just a small spoon, you see. There it is. Let's go with this. enough water for my cup didn't go nowhere near the fill line. So that's good to know. Now I know the world is full of clever people, and some of the greatest inventions have been made over the years by some of the most intelligent people there is. We've gone to the moon in 7th of October 1957. We sent the first object into space, which was the Sputnik capsule. It was what we called a satellite. It went round the Earth and sent up beeps back, so we knew where it was and its trajectory, its speed, whatever. Had less power than your mobile phone. We've changed men's hearts, and grew babies in test tubes, and such wondrous things. But my favourite invention is chocolate and nuts. Wow. They sweep me away. Chocolate and nuts. So, now what we do, with the lid open, I'm gonna push this down actually gently. And there we have one hot filtered espresso. Now I don't know how strong it's going to be because we couldn't exactly gauge how much. Here we have our trusty coffee cup. So let's just go for it. It looks good. Oh yes. Yeah. So we're going to crack on with my coffee and my chocolate nuts. Breakfast of champions. And then I'm going to start getting the tent cleaned up and stripped down. I'm in no rush this morning. I'm going to take my time. It's a nice morning. I've seen one dog walker, which is... It's been a few weeks since I did this now. I keep meaning to get the tenacious tape on it. Because I burnt it, there's a rough edge. Do I have to clean the rough edge before I put my tenacious tape on? Does anybody know how that works? Put down in the comments what's your advice on how to put the tenacious tape on this? It's obviously going to have to be fixed. I don't want it just losing its down, and therefore its warmth. There's a few biting insects around this morning. Okay, I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I'll speak to you soon. I've sat here for probably over an hour now, doing exactly nothing. I don't remember what I was thinking. That's how much of nothing I did. Honestly, it's quite a long time I just sat here. So what I'm going to do is, as I've said already, I'm not in any hurry. So I'm going to make another coffee and start taking the tent down and whatnot, and cleaning it out, and still eating my chocolate nuts. So that's the state of play. I'll speak to you soon, eh? I've been here over at the tent, so I don't have any idea how long this has been boiling. One of the things about the trangia is you never put it out with the lid because of the rubber ring. So if I was to put that, then this rubber ring would obviously burn, possibly shrink, possibly melt, and then we wouldn't have a seal when we do the lid upon the trangia burner, because that seal means you can actually fill up your trangia burner, put the lid on, and it won't leak. You know, it'll be full of liquid fuel and it won't leak anywhere. Damage this ring, it will leak. If you've got it in your kettle will be tainted with the methylated spirits or the biofuel or whatever kind of fuel it is you're using. I'm pretty sure I heard of somebody once using aftershave because they had no fuel at all. I've never tried it, I don't know if it would work, but so yeah, one hint about your trangia: never ever damage this. Well, you know what time it is? It's time to Take down that tent! Whee! Well, that's the tent done. There's the bag packed and the coffee still nice and warm in its cup. We've left no trace. In fact, I picked up a couple of bits that weren't mine, but that's the way we do it. Keep these places clean. I'm going to bring an extra bag next time I come to this area, just to take bits home. Anyway, thank you for making it this far. I hope you enjoyed watching this. It's been a nice one for me, actually. And again, we've got new subscribers. So I'd like to thank all the old subscribers, and I'd like to thank the new subscribers. You're all welcome. You're all joined part of the family now. You know what I'm going to say. Take care out there.